All right, let's try this again. Let's see if video is going to cooperate this time. Good morning. Today we're going to look at synthetic division. It's another method of dividing polynomials. I think you will like this better than the long division. The reason we teach both is that the synthetic division works for some polynomials. It doesn't work for all of them. And as you move on to other math classes past Algebra 2, there are some times that you have to use long division. There's some things that you have to use long division for to get to other steps and other processes. But if we're just dividing, there are times when you can use this synthetic division, and I think you'll like it. When you get to the test, there will be, you will have to know the process of long division and the process of synthetic division. Okay, so number one says x to the third minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 4 divided by x minus 2. I'm going to draw myself a box here so that I remember not to write where the webcam goes. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, just like with long division, is check to see if we're missing any exponents. Your exponents, again, must be in descending order. If there are any missing, you have to put in a 0 for a placeholder. Here we have x to the third. We have x squared. We have x. So we're not missing any exponents. So we don't have to put in zeros for placeholders. The first thing we're going to do is take the number that we're dividing by, change the sign, and put it in this little box. We put the number in the box. Remember to change the sign. If this was x minus 2, so we put a positive 2. If it were x plus 2, we would put a negative 2. Whatever it is, you change the sign, put it in the box. Next, you're going to write down the coefficients. Remember that the coefficient is the number in front of the variable. Our coefficient for our x to the third term is 1. Our coefficient for x squared is negative 4. For x is 6. And our constant term, the one without a variable, is negative 4. This is where if you were missing an exponent, you would put in a 0 to hold the place. Okay. Next. Now, when you draw this line, leave a number because we're going to put a row of numbers in between the top row and this line. Drop down the first coefficient, always. Don't change the sign, don't do anything. Just drop this one first, straight down. That's a step where students get confused. They for some reason, they want to do all kinds of crazy stuff with this number. It doesn't change. You drop the first coefficient down. Next, you're going to multiply the number in the box and the number on the bottom row. So we're going to multiply right here. 2 times 1 is 2. We're going to write it under the next coefficient. Then we're going to add negative 4 plus 2. Then we're going to multiply the number in the box times the number on the bottom row. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Then we're going to add 6 plus a negative 4, or 6 minus 4. You're just combining these two numbers. 6 minus 4 is 2. Multiply number in the box times the number on the bottom row. 2 times 2 is 4. Add negative 4 plus 4 is 0. This last number excuse me, is the remainder. So in this problem, we don't have a remainder. Okay? If you have a number there, it's okay. That's just the remainder. The only thing left to do is to write your answer. We're going to use these numbers that we got in the bottom row through our multiply add process. We're going to use these numbers in the bottom row to write our answer. Now, think about variable and exponent. We started with x to the third divided by x. What is x to the third divided by x? It's x squared. So when we start this, we're going to start with 1x squared minus 2x plus 2. And that's our answer. Okay. X squared minus 2x plus 2. That's it. All right. It looks a little like cluttered right there, but I try to draw a diagram and write all your steps down and all that. I think you'll see this is pretty easy. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, are we missing any exponents? X to the third minus 7x squared minus 7x plus 20. Not missing any exponents. The first thing we're going to do is put the number in the box. When you put the number in the box, you change the sign. So we're going to take this negative 4. I'm sorry, it's positive 4 in the parentheses. So it will be negative 4 in the box. Speaking of a box. If I don't do that, I forget and I draw where there's no place for the webcam to go without covering stuff up. Okay. Excuse me. Negative 4 in the box. Coefficients. The coefficients are 1, that comes from this term, negative 7, negative 7, and 20. What do we do with the first coefficient? Drop it straight down. Don't change the sign. Don't change anything. Okay. Multiply the number in the box times the number on the bottom row. Negative 4 times 1. Put that product right here. Combine those two numbers. Negative 7 minus 4 is negative 11. Multiply the number on the bottom, negative 4, times negative 11, 44. Add 44 minus 7, 37. Dude, this is big. Multiply negative 4 times 37. 148. That's negative. Which would leave us negative 128. It's okay to have a number there. It just means it's a remainder. Now, when we write our answer, remember we started with x to the third divided by x. What's x to the third divided by x? X squared. So that's what we start our answer with x squared minus 11x plus 37 minus 128 over x plus 4. The last number is your remainder. This really is simple. I apologize for having to clear my throat. This really is pretty simple. Do you notice that what we're dividing by, we had like x minus 2, x plus 4, x minus 5. When this doesn't work is if you're dividing by like a 3x plus 2 or a 5x. If there's a number, a coefficient other than 1 in front of these, then to do synthetic division, you have to start with a process of dividing everything that makes it harder. Only use synthetic division if this is just x right here, not 2x or 3x or what, 12x or 5x or whatever. Make sure that you have just x. Okay, let's do one more. This one is x to the third minus 3x squared minus 5x minus 25 divided by x minus 5. What number goes in the box? What goes in the box? Take that 5 and change the sign. The coefficients, are we missing any exponents? We're not. Our coefficients are 1, negative 3, negative 5, and negative 25. Drop the first one. Multiply the number in the box times the number on the bottom. 5 times 1. Add. Multiply number in the box times the number on the bottom row. 5 times 2 is 10. Add. Multiply the number on the box times the number on the bottom row. 5 times 5 is 25. No remainder. Since we started you're always going to start your answer one less exponent than that because we're dividing x to the third by x. So we have x squared plus 2x plus 5 with no remainder. And that's the answer. You see how easy this is? Easy, easy. I want to show you. Let's look back. This is the assignment you did yesterday. Here we go. Let's see which one would be good. Look at this number 2. We did this one yesterday by long division. Because we're dividing by x minus 4, and there's not another coefficient right here, we could use synthetic division on this one. So what number would go in the box? We're dividing by x minus 4. So take that minus 4 and change the sign. Now let's talk about coefficients. Are we missing any exponents? We have x to the third and we have x. What are we missing? We don't have an x squared, right? So our coefficients for x to the third is 1. For x squared, we're going to put a 0. For x, we have negative 13. And for the constant is negative 12. Okay, this is x to the third. This is x squared. This is x. And this is constant. Okay, well now, drop the first coefficient down. Don't change the sign. Just drop it straight down. Multiply a number in the box times the number on the bottom. 4 times 1 is 4. Add 0 plus 4. Multiply 4 times 4. Add negative 13 plus 16 is 3. Multiply number in the box times the number on the bottom. 4 times 3 is 12. Add negative 12 plus 12 is 0. That's good. That means there's no remainder. When we write our answer, because we divided x to the third by x, we're going to start with x squared. So we have x squared plus 4x plus 3, no remainder. That's our answer. This is called synthetic division. It's another method of dividing polynomials. When it doesn't work easily, when it would be easier to go ahead and use the long division is when you have a number on the bottom while you're dividing by something that has a coefficient. Let's see, like these two. Okay. This one is 3x plus 2. You would use long division because if you're going to use synthetic division, you have to divide everything by 3, which would work with the 6, it'd work with the 9, work with the 15, but it wouldn't work well with the 5 and the 2 because then you'd have ugly fractions. So you're using a 5/3 and a 2/3. I would use long division. This 2x minus 2, use long division because there's a 2x here. Okay. Let's see. I was trying to find one. Look at this one. Look at number 5. Can I use synthetic division? I can, because this x that I'm dividing by has a coefficient of 1. So what number would go in the box? In the box, take this negative 3 and change the sign. Coefficients, are we missing any? There's a x to the 4th. Oh, there's not an x to the 3rd, right? So coefficients are 1, 0, negative 10, 2, and 3. Now, you might want to, I'm going to write those a little better because I got them kind of close together. 1, 0, negative 10, 2, 3. X to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, x, and no x. What do I do with this first guy? Bring him straight down. Don't change his sign. Don't do nothing. 3 times 1 is 3. 0 plus 3 Keep going. Multiply the number in the box. 3 times 3 is 9. Add. Negative 10 plus 9. Multiply. Add. Multiply. Add. Now remember, it's okay if you get a number there. It's just a remainder. We have 0, so we don't have a remainder. Now with this one, what's my first exponent going to be? I started with x to the 4th divided by x. So I'm going to start this answer with x to the 3rd. It's 1 less than this highest exponent, whatever that is. So there's x to the 3rd plus 3x squared minus x minus 1. No remainder. And that, friends, is synthetic division. When can you use this? You can use this when you're dividing by a term that has a coefficient of 1. Okay? Synthetic division. Put the number in the box. Write down your coefficients, putting in a 0 for missing exponents. Bring down your first coefficient. Multiply and add all the way across. And then write your answer. The last number is the remainder. Start with one exponent less than the highest one in your problem. And you've got it. All right, your assignment would be to finish those on the practice page that we started on. It's attached in Schoology. Finish those, snap a picture, send them to me. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.